Hello everyone, and welcome to this instructional video on how to make the ties that bind based on the PDF that you've downloaded and printed out. It should hopefully look like this. When you go to print it out, be sure that the end result has both sides facing the same way. So all of the content facing up like that. So your first step in transforming this sheet of paper into a book is to cut down the sheet into individual pages. So the first way that we'll cut is in half. So fold your sheet in half like that. And if you have a paper cutter or X-Acto knife, feel free to use that to cut down your sheet. But scissors work just as well. So cutting along that fold that we just made. And then fold those sheets in half and cut as well. So in the end, we'll have made 4 sheets from that one original sheet. Okay, so here are our 4 sheets. Next, we will assemble the sheets in the order that they should be in for the book. And first find a page that looks like this. It's the title page. We're going to flip that over so that it's on top when we fold it. Next, look for a page that has a number 1 on it. It looks like that. And we'll put that on top with the 1 facing up. Next, find 2. 2 looks like this. And put that on top. And finally, should be 3, which looks like that, and put that facing up. It's the center of the book. Next, jog them together, all the sheets, and fold it all in half, carefully lining up the corners and folding the book. So here it is. At this point, you could open it to the middle and using a stapler, put 2 or 3 staples in the fold, and you could be done with that. However, you could also sew it, like in the example here. So for that, you'll need a needle and some thread. So step 1 is to open it up to the middle, and we're going to punch a series of 5 holes. So the first one will go right for the middle. You can approximate, and using the needle, punch it through the fold like that. Then we'll put a hole about 1/2 inch from the top, like that. Punch that through. And then the same for the bottom, about 1/2 inch away. And punch through. Now we'll add a hole about halfway in between the middle hole and the end hole, midpoints. And then attach some thread. The thread should be about 3 times the height of the book. So you can measure 1, 2, 3, trim. Thread your needle like that. And we'll start in the center hole, going from the outside to the inside. Leave yourself a tail of about a few inches long, go up to the next hole and pull through, and then to the last hole and go through. And now reverse direction, so go through the hole you just entered, second hole. And at this point, jump over the center thread and go into that hole that's next to last. Pull through the last hole, and pull through, and the second hole again. And now you should have just one gap on the inside, so go through the center hole again and look on the outside and be sure that there's a thread on both sides of this center thread. So one on the left side, and now this one with the needle is coming out on the right side. So you're like this. And our last step is to tie a square knot. So left over right, tie down, right over left, tie down. And trim the end. You can have as long of a tail as you want, but I'm gonna go for about 1/4 inch and fray out the end just by separating all those little threads. Just like that. One thing that you could consider adding to this book is a cover made of paper, maybe a colored piece of paper that you have sitting around, and cut that down to the size of your pages or a little bit bigger. In this example, I added just a little bit around the outside to give what's called a square of a book. So you would just sew that up in the same way and have a book with a little cover on it as well. So that's one thing that you could do. So thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoy this little book. Thanks so much.